things are probably pushed harder than they would normally be pushed, and so we'll have to see what happens tomorrow. China's back again also, so first chart I'm pulling up is SLW, and as I look at SLW here, is that it needs to get back over this fib line here, and this linear regression line here, pretty quickly, so it doesn't roll back down again. And for me, I took off my my in the money sold calls on Friday, and then I'm just watching for an opportunity for it to push back up to this 25 area here, and I'm just gonna wait out the week and see what it does. But if it doesn't get some good traction going into Friday, then we got to worry a little bit about what's going on with gold, silver, and the miners. But the last 2 years, when the Chinese came back, they bought gold and silver pretty hard, and I suspect the miners will move with it. So I'm hopeful, but if I get a turn down in my signal again, I'll go ahead and I'll sell in the money calls again on it for next Friday, and I'll report it when I do. Look, XIV, I didn't take this trade today. It was it's really hard up into resistance right now, and we're way overbought, and it it kind of gapped the open a little bit, and so I didn't want to chase it for $100 or $200 and have this thing roll over on me pretty hard and play catch up on it. So I'm just gonna kind of wait out the week on XIV as well. I mean, it is absolutely due for a bit of a correction, and so I'll be patient with it. And right now, looking at my charts, anywhere between these two moving averages would be of high interest to me for a swing trade, and then I'll look intraday for some day trades if I can get this thing down a buck or so. But anyway, that's kind of what I'm doing on that. Just didn't want to rush into it here on Monday, especially with the banks closed today and China's back. And looking at SPY as a kind of a corollary, SPY started giving back some of its gains from the morning, and I was looking at Max Pain and things of that nature, and a lot of people are suggesting 215 is probably the place where the most options get wiped out without any payout. So if that's the case, that's something for us to look at. It's on the plus side of moving VWAP, and so I'm kind of neutral on it, and I have not gotten a sell call signal on it yet either. So for me with SPY, I'm just kind of watching it. A trade that we took half off of on Friday, which was already up 30% from the bottom just a week earlier, is BOIL. It's consolidating again, and I would love for it to come back down. I just don't know if it's going to pop again on us. Natural gas is getting pretty strong, so that's why I didn't have stops on BOIL, in half, in full, in half kind of an approach. So that's kind of my thinking with some of these right now, because I don't feel like I don't feel like being all out or all in and miss opportunities when these things just aren't pulling back when they get a trend going. But speaking of trends that I'm looking to end is on oil. I took a shot at oil at 24.50, and it moved up high enough where I put a stop under at 24.50, but it stopped us right back out again. But that's okay. I just didn't want to lose money on it. These triples can be really rewarding, but can't be too aggressive on the downside. Sometimes you never get your money back, and I've done that a few times. So I'm just gonna be a little more cautious here until I see a trend change. Even the Saudis are saying, hey, $55 is a pretty good deal for us. We pushed up pretty close to 52 today, and it's already moved up almost 25%. So I think oil is getting close to an opportunity here, and I'll probably take a shot at it again tomorrow. or Wednesday, and look for a chance to make 5 to 10% on DWTI. And looking at Dust, I bought puts on Dust. I have the 45s for October, and excuse me, I bought it. I have the 40s for October, and so I'm looking for obviously a good move this week. If I'm not down in the money or at the money by Friday, I'm obviously going to close the trade for the following week. But my play is the China recovery trade, and so that's where I'm looking at right now. And looking at gold got a little bit of a bump today, but still it's under a fib line here, so I'm not in a big hurry to see if this thing's gonna fly on me or not. But I definitely wanted to move with China, and if it does start moving tomorrow, Wednesday, then I'd be a little worried, because when China came back the last 2 years, they started buying pretty heavily, but they came in yesterday and they devalued their yuan, and FYI, popped. Hold on a second here. Type the wrong one in. I'm sorry, FXY is it came out of the gate pretty strong. So I'm looking for the Chinese to be buyers of gold and silver, and with that, also a seller of the dollar, and oil going down. So that's kind of my theme this week. But we'll know more tomorrow when the banks and everybody are back. But for me, tomorrow I'm planning on SPY being down, oil being down, gold being up, miners being up. I'm not sure what's going to happen with natural gas, and for volatility to be up. See if I'm right. Anyway, I'll catch you guys all tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye-bye.